Well, Lucky Cats, Lucky Q, back with Monster Prom! Single player. Skip. Blue.
Let's go.
Skip. Why is it not a full screen like I want it to be? There we go. Hopefully that didn't... Alright, that was a bit weird, but that's fine. The coolest reality TV show would be... people trying to seduce a potato. I'd watch it. He built a 100-foot statue commemorating an event. Hold on, I'm rubbing my eyes. So that in a thousand years, archaeologists can learn something about the people of our time. What does the statue represent? That mind-blowing twist in your favorite TV show that clearly changed the life of everyone forever? That glorious instant when your friend stopped you from texting embarrassing stuff to your ex while hella drunk? Your least favorite political figure being devoured by a rabid rhinoceri? Yeah. What would be the most appealing in a love partner? A big horn, kawaii eyes, sharp wits, soft fur, a taste for party, a very tsundere personality. Oh, why'd you do that?
Yay!
Democracy is broken. What would be the best way of choosing the leaders of modern society? We create a reality show called America's Next Top President. We put all the candidates in an empty room with a wild grizzly bear. Yeah. School is outdated and lame. We need a new school subject ASAP. Turning people into your puppets through emotional warfare and deception. Critical thought. How to correctly punch a crocodile. Critical thought. What would be the most appealing in a love partner? A very tsundere personality, because I'm trying to go for Vera.
Let's go.
At least this time around. Auditorium, please. While rehearsing for the class play, it is as though the muses themselves have decided to give you figurative oral sex. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain 2 creativity. You see hordes of your classmates running away from Vera and Scott. They're all screaming, "Spoilers!"
Great.
Have you seen the latest episode of Detective Weasel, where Weasel Where Weasel finally exposed the Cardinals' entire operation.
Awesome, bro.
I did! I was so excited I peed on Grandma's carpet!
Not bad.
I know, right? And the Cardinals' organizational structure is so cool. I took so many notes.
Bro.
But last night was the last episode! I was so sad I peed on Grandma's carpet. Well, why don't we start our own TV show? We'll make it better than Weasel.
What?
Better than Weasel? Is that even possible? We're the perfect team. I have the money, and you're the gullible target audience. Gorgana Film Studios requires your ideas. Scott Gorgana Film Studios? We'll talk about that later. Right now, I need ideas. When the Mafia threatens to close the gym, using ugly-ass Nosferatu must expose the syndicate to save the only place that lets him do his reps. Cliché 1985. When Pinochet floods the market with black cocaine, a courageous drug dealer becomes a private eye to blackmail Pinochet and save her coke labs.
Oh, not bad.
Did you just create the most relatable detective ever? That was a rhetorical question. Obviously, a young entrepreneur fighting to save her business from government regulation is objectively relatable. But she's a drug trafficker! She is a businesswoman protecting free markets. Doesn't that sound to you like the monster-can dream? I didn't even think about it that way. But is she a buff entrepreneur? Like really buff? Sure. Why not? Hooray! All my objections have suddenly disappeared! Vera puts you and Scott to work stuffing packets of promotional cocaine to publicize the TV show. You gain 3 money as payment. Yay!
Let's go.
Vera! You arrive at your chosen table to find Vera looking askance at Miranda's lunch. A single, very suspicious-looking apple. Miranda, hungry. Her apple seems to be pulsing with unhealthy purple light. Oh, I'm sure it's just your imagination. It also has a skull on it, and it smells like lighter fluid. I don't think it's for eating. Of course it's for eating. It's a perfectly standard poison apple. You know, the sort that puts a princess to sleep for 100 years? You literally just admitted it's poison. I know, and I always said I wouldn't be the kind of princess who eats a poisoned apple. But how else will I find a prince to wake me with a true love's kiss and live happily ever after with me? Girl, we need to have a little talk about feminism. You back me up on this. Tell her she doesn't need to poison herself for the sake of a man. You don't need to eat the apple. Princesses should be eating poisoned apples so that you'll kiss them. You don't need that apple. There are plenty of eligible princesses on Hot Prince Finder. I did not need to get points with Miranda. That's not what A finder for hot princes? What is this sorcery? I must see it at once. You pull up the website on your phone. You've already got it bookmarked for no reason. Goodness, it even lists their pedigrees. And you are right. Not all of them are even looking for sleeping princesses. This one is only looking for a princess who is a frog. That will be much simpler to achieve. I only need to anger a minor witch. This isn't what I was going for at all. God, if you're that hungry for dick, just buy a damn hooker. Dick? Who said anything about dick? Well, marriage is strictly a business arrangement. When it comes to romance, we are free to make our own decisions. That's good news for you, especially since Miranda seems to like your suggestion.
Let's go.
More creativity, please. That day while rehearsing for the class play, you weren't especially good nor inspired. For once, it seems you aren't getting the classic creativity boost from the auditorium. But afterwards, while talking to your classmates, you're having trouble conveying your point in a discussion. So you decide to convey it through music. You start singing and suddenly everyone else joins you in a kick-ass musical number. It's so amazing that the people with whom you were arguing totally get your point and change their minds once the song is over. You gain 2 creativity. You see Miranda and Vera chatting away, their eyes gleaming the gleam of the scheming.
Hey, you.
Crowd surfs isn't nearly doing as well as I thought it would. Oh, if it isn't
Greetings,
blue.
fellow classmate.
Would you like to be a customer? Once upon a time, surfs were only for the rich and fabulous, like Vera and myself. But now, thanks to our app, Crowd Surfs, you too can have your very own crowd-funded surf. The app is being generously funded by my royal family, who wish for everyone to experience the joys of royalty and get richer off of it. I think our business might be failing because the surfs are simply not of high enough quality to maintain customer interest. The surfs need to have more enthusiasm for their jobs. We need to recruit from the right locations. Don't be absurd. If there's one thing being royalty has taught me, and there's definitely more than one, it's that you can trick anyone into doing anything as long as you give them the right incentives. But why not start with the easily manipulated in the first place? Blue, what do you think? Vera's right. Why not recruit people who want to be bossed around at a leather daddy convention?
Oh, not bad.
Oh, I like that quite a bit. Excuse me, but if there were conventions for daddies, I am quite sure I would know about them. My father is one of the most powerful dads I know, so if he was not invited... Just stop there, Miranda. Trust me. How does this sound? Free lifetime of submission. Dirty talk guaranteed. Dress code? Come as you are. Vera, with the help of a confused Miranda, goes to the next leather daddy convention in town. The next time you see Vera and Miranda, they seem much, much happier. The serfs we recruited are so enthusiastic to serve. Almost inexplicably so. And as unexpected fringe benefit, all the serfs keep trying to one-up each other's uniforms. So I created a line of latex and leatherwares that's almost making as much as crowd surfs in the first
That has
place.
been quite pleasing.
It's a win-win-win situation. And don't worry, Blue. I won't ask how you know so much about the fetish community. Yay! Siding with Vera always makes her happy, and to show her appreciation, she gives you 2 money she earned, and you gain 1 smarts.
Let's go!
More creativity, please. That day while rehearsing for the class play, you can't help but feel that you're not as good as the role requires you to be. There doesn't seem to be any ordinary way of getting yourself there, but there might be an extraordinary way. You summon the devil, one of many, and make a deal to enhance your creativity just a bit. You gain 2 creativity. You also use 3 years of your life as your end of the deal, but who cares? They weren't happening in-game anyway. Later, you see Miranda and Vera cornered by the wolf pack, who are watching them like a pack of wolves.
The wolf pack is here!
How would one of you ladies like to go on a date tonight with the hottest dogs ever to not be literal hot
What?
dogs? I wouldn't at all.
What a commoner.
This is not at all how I like my courtships to begin. Where are the jewels? Where are the flowers? Where are the bloody heads of my enemies? Oh man, we'll show you courtship. On the court when we win. On the court at sports. We'll show you sportship courtship. Every time I think the guys at the school can't get any dumber. Oh, I get it. You're both shy. Don't worry, our bikes are worse than our bites. Except when we're doing sports. Cause then we bring it. Yeah! But if neither of you have the confidence to say which one of you wants to go out with us tonight, we could just choose for you. Yikes. Like, they're relatively well-intentioned, but you should definitely step in and save one of them. Tonight, Miranda can't. You don't want to go out with Vera. I hear her snakes have syphilis. Yes, that's exactly right. They do have syphilis. Poison flows through my very veins. I am a powerful, dangerous, bad
Your
bitch.
one and only, Vera Oberlin.
Fear me, you puny little mortals, and fear my ability to destroy you effortlessly. You know what? I think I just heard Coach calling
Wolf
us.
pack.
We need to go practice not getting STDs. With that, the wolf pack is out. Vera, I'm so sorry to hear about your illness. I had no
So
idea.
pathetic.
Mary, my snakes don't actually have syphilis. We were just giving them the slip. Oh no, you started something awful, but at least it worked. You gained 2 smarts and 1 boldness.
Let's go!
Man, Vera sure hangs around Miranda a lot. It might be that one time a guy points with Miranda, but they sure hang around each other a lot. Vera's about to lift a glass of scotch to her immaculately painted lips. You can drink whenever at this school, apparently, when Miranda screams, "Stop! Don't you drink that!" Why not? This scotch costs more than most cars. Has your taster tried it yet? What taster? You don't have a taster? What if your drink is poisoned by someone jealous of your good looks and royal title? Listen, Miri, I only drink 4 things: scotch, red wine, the tears of my enemies, and straight up poison. You drink poison on purpose? Miranda, my hair is venomous snakes. You think poison actually harms me? Well, you should still have a taster. What if someone puts really spicy hot sauce in your drink. Or poison. What do I have to do to get you to drop this? Simple. Hire a taster. Fine. Any volunteers? This might just be the big break you've been looking for. You raise your hand, and when Vera picks you, you drink all her scotch. Pretend to be poisoned. You shoot Vera a wink, taste the tiniest sip of her scotch, and then... No, stop vomiting! How will you be able to taste for poison if you're too busy foaming at the mouth and vomiting? You fool, she is poisoned. Run and tell the authorities before this poor sap's face melts off or something. Oh dear, oh my, I'm no good in crisis situations. Curse my uniformly pleasant childhood. Miranda feigns with the utmost drama. If there is one thing princesses are good at, it's fainting. That was hilarious. I should put poison in my scotch more often. You can stop vomiting now, by the way. She passed out. Oh, do you need the antidote? Alright, here you go. I guess I should have let you know the scotch was actually poisoned. Oh well, how about we get ice cream to make up for it? Your stomach's still too weak for ice cream, but you're never too sick to spend some quality time with Vera.
Let's go.
Yeah, one more creativity. That day while rehearsing for the class play, you are struck by the lightning of inspiration. You come up with the ultimate nickname for yourself. You tell everyone to call you by it. Also as one of the 7 most douchebaggish moves in the world. But the nickname is so awesome, inventive, and appropriate that people decide to go with it. For the feat, you gain 2 creativity. We the devs dare you to actually come up with a nickname for yourself and ask the other players to call you by that name until the end of this run. Well, I'm not playing with anyone else, so... there. Later, you see Vera cackling to herself in the hallway, which is whatever, but you might as well find out why. Just practicing my prom queen acceptance speech in my mind. It's not like the title bears any meaning whatsoever, of course, and I really do consider the whole thing beneath me. However, considering how much meaning other girls put on it, I can't risk some uppity bitch thinking she's better than I am. Plus, it's not bad branding either. I could see using a victory to start a line of successful prom queen accessories guaranteed to get you the win. Perfect prom shoes, the right makeup, fancy knives to take out your opponents. Speaking of which, I assume this goes without saying, but I'm not leaving anything to chance. I'll be doing a blood ritual to ensue my win. I still haven't found the exact details yet, but I'm optimistic that at least some of the items will be found in the shop. The only question is, where exactly I can find the details for a proper blood ritual. Why don't we ask the coven? Literally just search the internet. That's what it's there for. Oh, right. Good call. Sometimes you get so caught up in the grand scheme of exploiting blood magic to secure a petty victory that you forget about the little things. You and Vera scamper over to the library to put the school's computers to good use for once. For real, does anyone at the school use school resources for educational purposes? Let's just search blood magic to guarantee prom queen victory over basic bitches to maintain social status. That's pretty clever, right? Couldn't possibly be clearer. seems like we're going to need the blood of a former prom queen, the tongue of a goat, and the earrings of an ancient goddess. Not exactly stuff that's going to be lying around, but when you're destined to be prom queen, you make it work. Not that I'm destined to be prom queen, or I wouldn't have to do blood magic in the first place. But hey, when you want to achieve greatness, you make your own destiny. You check the shop, I'll grab a goat, and we'll meet up in the bathrooms to cut its tongue out and get this party started. Sounds like a party indeed. You gain 2 fun and 1 smarts. Lucky for you, I know exactly where to get blood.
Hey, stranger.
Hey, last night I read this article on how money causes pocket cancer in the long run. You don't want to get pocket cancer. Quick, give me that dangerous money you have in your still healthy pockets. That was a little too much like Polly. I apologize.
See you later.
Have a good one.
Let's go.
I see you're hanging out with Damien. You find Damien and Vera hunched over a scale model of Spooky National Bank made of milk cartons, lunch trays, and ketchup packets. Alright, we'll go in through the side entrance, disable the alarms with an EMP, and blow the safe. Why don't we just blow up the side entrance, blow up the alarms, and blow up the safe? Because we only have so much C4, Damien. That sounds like a personal problem. What's this thing? Damien points at a kosher dill pickle in front of the vault labeled Police Ogre. That's the Police Ogre. He's got eyes all the way around his head, never sleeps, doesn't take bribes, and is invincible in combat. Can we blow him up? No, we can't blow him up. We need to find a way around him. Well, I'm out of ideas. Yo, Blue, we'll cut you in on the heist if you can solve this ogre problem for us. Luckily, you're a heist mastermind. Before Vera or Damien can react, you rob the bank yourself. Eat the pickle. Did not mean to get that point with Damien. Quick as a flash, you snatch the pickle off the table and bite it in half. Yes! Success! Suck it, ogre! That doesn't actually solve that. Look, Vera, now the path to the vault is clear. We can blow it open and walk out with the cash. But the ogre is still there. The map doesn't lie, Vera. I see no ogre. Fine. Why don't you two just rob the bank there? I'll focus on my illegal drug trade. You're happy to share a romantic heist with Damien. Together you eat the actual ogre just like you ate the pickle. And everyone knows police ogres are the ultimate aphrodisiac. Good to know.
Let's go.
Bathrooms. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. By skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms, you give zero shits, but you gain 2 boldness. On close inspection, you see blood pooling on the floor, and Vera is staring over it, smiling proudly, holding the carcass of a skinned goat.
Hey, you.
Hey, thanks for coming. The fun's just getting started. I know we only need the goat's tongue, but if you're going to take the tongue from a goat, might as well take the skin too. Make yourself a pair of sweet boots. Not that I know how to sew, or would take the time to even if I did. But Miranda has some mer slaves I can borrow. It's a pretty nice tongue, right? Not too fat, not too thin, the right kind of purple. I think I'll be the most beautiful, regal, feared prom queen ever to grace a spooky high school in no time at all. It's not a bad plan, except that spiders need to relieve themselves. Yeah, relieve. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell with the text they chose. Relieve themselves too, and it's at this moment that Principal Giant Spider walks in to use the toilet. Oh, hey. Good afternoon, Principal Giant Spider. I'm just holding this skin goat on school property because it's for Animal Abuse 3. We're getting a head start on our homework. Because this goat is a spy from a rival institution who was sent here. Because it's for Animal Abuse 3. It's nice to see our students taking initiative about learning things. I'm very proud of the school's successful and well-organized extracurriculars about the healthy social life of my students. But it does seem like people get a little hung up on certain school events. Seriously, prom is one night. One night! A proper education lasts a lifetime. Yup. That's why we're so glad to be doing this right now, because it has nothing to do with prom, just good old-fashioned learning. Alright, students, carry on with your learning. Prom! One night! Honestly, I'm not even going to try to be prom queen. Principal Giant Spider exits, leaving you and Vera to pocket the necessary goat tongue. I'm not trying to be prom queen. I will be prom king. 2 down, gotta earrings to go. Maybe Principal Giant Spider had a point about focusing on schoolwork? But fuck it, prom's awesome. You gain 2 fun and 1 creativity.
Let's go.
I don't think there were goddess
Show me
earrings
that
in there.
money.
Uh-huh. There was not. Good waste of a turn. Could have done something better with my turn, but I didn't. You find Damien and Vera contemplating a huge slab of unidentifiable prime meat. Alright, Damien, I know we had our share of disagreements during this convoluted poaching expedition. Like when you told me not to bring all my knives. But I trust we can now put our differences behind us and enjoy the fruits of our labor. You mean the meats of our labors? Yes. Together we will enjoy this raw, bloody cut of meat as a symbol of our... Wait. Raw and bloody? You mean you're not even going to try using fire on it? Of course I used fire. I specifically instructed the chef to prepare this meat while glancing briefly at a lit stove. Did fire ever, touch the meat? What would be the point of that? A cut this fine can only be eaten ultra rare. Like hell it can. You wait here while I get my culinary flamethrower. Damien, please. Let's be reasonable about this. What is reasonable? If we can't come to an agreement, let's appeal to an arbitrary third party. Blue will surely make the intelligent choice for us. Isn't that right? My word, the steak is too cooked already. The only correct way is to enjoy a steak after its charred remains have been retrieved from a burning building. My word! Quite right. Someone turn off the heat. Get a frost wizard in here. Fetch me more blood from the blood bank. What the fuck? I'm not going to eat a big chunk of raw meat. How am I supposed to ensure maximum suffering without fire? Oh darn, guess I'm going to have to enjoy this whole juicy steak by myself. Whatever, I'm going to burn down a burger joint and eat whatever survives the fire. Good for you, Damon. Live your best life. Vera slips you a thick stack of cash under the table. Unfortunately, she pays you in Vera bucks. More fortunately, your stack of Vera bucks is redeemable for 4.5 minutes of intimate eye contact. Juicy.
Let's go.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirits, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain 2 charm. After the game, you spot Vera desperately trying to ignore Coach. You go over to see if you can help.
Always believe in yourself.
I'm just trying to help you be your best self, Vera. That's what custom workouts are for. Why would I need to do that? I'm already better than everyone else. Maybe. But are you better than yourself? No. How is that even possible? With custom workouts. Workouts give us buff arms and strong hands. So that we can strangle our past selves. So we can hug our present selves and shake hands with our future. Oh, I love playing better. But even so, the custom workout you suggested is not for me. You mean the million push-up system? Oh, okay, you can make up your own workout. Just think of something you're good at, and a workout to make you even better at it. I was thinking, but you already know the perfect workout. You shout out, deadlifts, you need the strength when you're lifting bags of gold coins, burpees. They make your nails look incredible for some reason. Deadlifts. Ah, deadlifts, the lifts of the dead. Even better than alive lifts. Yeah, that's good. You mentioned lifting bags of gold. Well, sure you can deadlift bags of gold, but there are many other things you can deadlift as well, like barbells, groceries, small children, mid-sized sedans. Right. Are any of those things made of gold, or at least coated in gold? Well, no, not usually, but we can. Then why don't we start with bags of gold for now? Great idea, and then we can work our way up to other bigger bags of gold. Yes. Coach has no choice but to divert some of the school's budget to purchasing workout bags of gold doubloons. You steal some and gain 2 money and 1 boldness.
Let's go.
That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. But you don't stop there. You want the world to know how reckless you are for the rest of eternity. So you do some graffiti on the wall. No way! The graffiti says, I'm bold as fuck. And you know what? It turns out the wall is magical. A magical wall that grants wishes. What a wall! A deep voice resounds from within the wall and says, well, not bold as fuck, but maybe a bit bold. And then you gain 2 boldness. Oh boy, that's an opinionated wall. Anyway, look at you. After you notice that the bathroom lines are longer than usual, and it's not even giving out free cake in the bathroom day.
Disgraceful.
And that's when his blood got all over Daddy's chariot. Not a problem. The good news it's never a murder if there aren't 3 or more witnesses. If anyone tries to argue, just remind them that the alleged death, took place underwater and therefore is disqualified for regular trial. And must be resolved via trial by combat. Like what combat? Wow, Vera, you're amazing at this. Here's 50 money. Legal troubles, Blue? You've come to the right, absolutely 100% licensed attorney. I'm sure you'll find everything to be completely above board and in order. Or you'll be smart enough to keep your mouth shut if you don't. At that moment, Principal Giant Spider walks in, and his feet, all of them, stop in their tracks. What's going on here? Are you running some kind of illegal law firm out of the school bathrooms? What? Of course not. That's absurd. Why, I never. But I step in and help Vera before the one needing legal advice is her. What? This isn't illegal. Just ask this lawyer. Pull out the spider costume you keep on you at all times and convince the Principal Giant Spider that you are him. Damn it. Young lady, are you a real lawyer? Yes, of course. How could I have this law firm? Perfect! Principal Giant Spider slams down his money. Now that you've taken my money, we have attorney-client privilege. This means I own you for 10,000 years. I've found myself in a bit of trouble legally and financially, spiritually, mathematically, retroactively. Actually, and if there's one thing I know about lawyers, they love to settle things via duel. Here's a pistol. I'm going to need you to be in this graveyard at dawn. Wow, okay, slow down, buddy. I'm not actually a lawyer. You're not? I go to your high school. Obviously not. And as you do both attend his high school, it is with no difficulty that Principal Giant Spider gives you both detention. You and Vera spend the rest of the night writing, I must not give my teachers false hope, about their legal problems over and over again. You wanted to spend more time with Vera, but certainly not like this, and from the looks she's shooting you, she feels the same way. For your stupid half-baked plan, you lose 2 creativity and 1 smarts.
Let's go.
You arrive at Polly and Vera's table to find them eating. Wait, both of them? Ah, yum yum. I sure do love food and eating. Look at this food go in me. Yes, this cafeteria Slappy Joe truly has a subtle flavor profile. Finally, you notice the cause of this absurdity. A well-dressed businessman sitting at the next table, watching both women intently. I know you like this, baby. My eating is realistic and erotic. Be cool, Polly. That man wants to pay us for eating in front of him, not screaming about eating. That's not what eating is. I forgot. While Vera tries to explain eating to Polly, the businessman surely approaches you and gives you a small bow. Much obliged, friend, he says in a soft voice. Are these 2 fine ladies your friends? I must confess that I have searched far and wide for a suitable candidate to fulfill my rather unusual fetish. Paying a student at high school for monsters to eat food while I watch politely from a distance, but I find myself unable to choose which of these 2 beauties to hire. The snakehead one possesses a certain grace. Yeah, pay me, motherfucker. Pay me to do a thing I was going to do anyway. But the translucent one has such passion. I don't even want the money. This is just fucking weird and I love it. In your opinion, the businessman finishes, which would be the wiser choice on my part? The Gorgon, obviously. The businessman strokes his chin and nods. You have a point. The ghost only has 1 mouth. Also, food seems to go right through her. The Gorgon, meanwhile, has countless mouths. Such value. Value is right, Purbo. 1,000 in cash, up front. You pay for all my meals and give me your pants. Holy shit, he's doing it! He's getting naked! Vera is able to convince the businessman to pay for a fancy dinner for you and her. It's a little creepy with him watching the 2 of you, but you get over it. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Amidst the battle, you spot a fellow player that seems utterly discouraged. She thinks she's not worth anything at dodgeball, and she attempts to throw a dodgeball at herself. You explain to her the many ways you think she's unique and wonderful, while also defending the many pleasures in life. With your help, she's capable of finding reasons to keep playing and gains a sense of self-worth. You gain one BFF. Sadly, she's not part of this game, so that beautiful friendship will take place off-screen. And 2 charm. You're making your daily protection payment to Vera when suddenly... Everyone, stop what you're doing and look at my majestic visage. The interdimensional prince? Muscling in on my territory, are you? Not at all, my darling Viperess. I am here strictly in a business capacity. Business, you say? I'm all ears except for my snakes, which are all tongues and teeth. It's simple economics, my love. You're an aspiring crime kingpin. I'm a prince. I propose a merger. A merger of our resources, our minds, our bodies, and our
Not
spirits. Interesting. Oh no, Vera's scanning out her calculator. If she decides this merger is financially viable, good luck asking her to prom. But how will you undermine Vera's confidence in the prince's financial status? Replace all his gold with fish. Steal all his money with your high-frequency trading algorithm car. Replace it with fish. Before we draw up the contract, I hope you won't mind providing a full accounting of your assets. Of course not, my dear. As you can see from this spreadsheet, my vaults contain over 100,000 bars. Of fish? Who did this? How could this happen? You're not telling, but involved a buzzsaw, a tricycle, and a whole tube of hair gel. I'm sorry. Did you say fish?
So pathetic.
Actually, I'm not sorry. Fish are worthless, and therefore, so are you. Goodbye. How do you get fish into a bar shape anyway? Yet another secret you will never reveal. Just like you'll never reveal the location of all that gold. You gain 3 money.
Let's go.
More charm, please. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place, but the match isn't as important as the human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you decide to go for the overkill and wink at one of your teammates. He's totally memorized. It's the most epic wink ever. Damn, you know how to win over people's hearts. You gain 2 charm. Hey Blue, remember that one time at that one party where you explained to me in great detail your brilliant secrets of the business world? Holy shit, you do not. And that doesn't sound like your area of expertise at all. You must have been pretty drunk. But it's Vera, so you can smile and nod. Well, I'll be attending a very fancy and important business dinner event tonight, full of powerful people by exclusive invitation. And by exclusive invitation, I mean I'm going to use my Gorgon powers to turn the concierge into stone and then sneak in. I'd love to see you put in other people's money where your mouth is if you're not doing anything tonight. You were planning on reorganizing your collection of very rare mint condition Pokemon cards. The very popular trading card game based on the even more popular video game Pocket Humans. Each card depicts a human being with a specific job and bio. But that can wait, so when the time rolls around for the fancy business dinner, you shove them in your pocket and roll out. Blue, over here. I'm glad you can make it. I've been raking in business cards hand over claw so far. Emmett Gertrude Gorgonzola, the Diamond Tycoon, and Ray K. Bebop, the social media influencer slash rapper slash robot, and they're both very excited to do business with me. Plus, half the people in this room now follow me on Instagram because I had zombie tech mogul Steven Jabberwocky hack into their accounts for me. How have you done so far? You turn out your pockets and show Vera the evidence of your endeavors, which consists of the lobby card for the hotel of the convention is in, and the only thing handed to you by a real businessman, a sticky note with the word no written in red Sharpie. Maybe I should have invited someone else. Literally anyone else. No! It's still okay. It's okay. You still have an hour left of the event. It's time to pull out all the stops and choose an amazing tactic to get as many business cards as you can to prove to Vera that a valuable business asset, what a valuable business asset and or prom date you are. You may have no business and therefore no business cards to exchange, but you sure as hell have Pokemon cards. Trade those! Quick as a flash, you pull out your dope collection of Pokemon cards until you find the perfect pocket human for the event. Regina Schmidt, Queen of Networking. She's the owner of a plethora of businesses, as well as one of 7 guardians of the stock market. It is incredibly rare and gives whoever possesses +7 in networking, which makes it super valuable. Suddenly you're being surrounded by businessmen, each thrusting his card at you in a veritable orgy of potential business collaborations. Within minutes, you have so many business cards that you would need to be a tentacle monster in order to hold all of them. Damn, Blue, you really know how to clean up, don't you? I think you have a business card from just about everyone here. Just then, 2 businessmen rushed toward you so fast, cards extended, that they smash into each other and are both knocked out. I stand corrected. Vera stoops down and collects the business cards from the unconscious men. You hand her the stack of cards you procured, and the 2 of you link arms and walk away. You toss the Regina Schmidt card over your shoulder, without even looking to see who may catch it. You no longer care about its fate. You have everything you ever needed. A bunch of business cards, 2 boldness, 1 smarts, and the affection of, or at least the tolerance, of a good woman.
Let's go.
Watching Vera eat is usually pretty disturbing. Her snakes eat at the same time she does. But at least it's usually quiet. This time, however, Scott is doing his best to change that.
Touchdown!
Go lefty! Gobble that nose! No, watch out for wiggles coming up from behind! Use that tongue! Go! He does this every week or so. Whenever my snakes need a meal, he seems to think snaking and contests are a competitive sport. Also, I don't think he realizes that an actual snake-eating contest would probably involve people eating snakes. I tried charging him for tickets to get him to stop, but he actually pays to do this. He keeps track of each snake's statistics on a little index card. He even gives them names. Go Slither! Go Bendy! Go Sanchez! Go Snake! Those aren't their names. God, no matter how much he pays for the tickets, it isn't enough. This seems like a really intense situation. You resolve it in the only way you know how, by opening your mouth and yelling. Boring, this is nothing compared to earthworm eating. What? There's a more exciting sport than snake eating contest? You gotta tell me about it! Oh yeah, earthworm eating contests are literally crawling with suspense. And even better, they're going on all the time with thousands of players in each game. Thousands? Where's the game? Where do I go? Anywhere there's dirt. Anywhere? There's dirt in so many places! So many places that aren't here. Get going. Sports that game or whatever. I will, Vera. I will. I swear, one of these days he's going to decide choking on his food is a sport and die. Well, you hope Scott doesn't actually die. The main thing on your mind now is how Vera is smiling at you. Nice.
Let's go.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. At one point, you're about to be eliminated by a player from the other team, but suddenly you convince him not to throw the ball at you while with a heartfelt speech about the importance of everyone's lives. The player bursts into tears, and you take advantage of that moment of weakness, throwing a ball at him. You use 5 Mercy, a stat that might be useful in Monster Prom's sequel, but isn't now, and you gain 2 Charm. Vera runs up to you, eyes blazing, teeth gleaming. You will never believe this shit. Remember how the Coven said we never find the earrings? It's because they had them the whole time. We're summoning those bitches and taking those earrings at any cost, even if it's the last thing you do. Did Vera just imply she was willing to let you die in order to become Prom Queen? Irrelevant, because the Coven has been summoned.
Nice try.
So, you figured it out. Good for you. Now give up, because you're never getting them. Huh, that's what Miranda said about the sea opal ring her dead grandmother gave her. But look at what I'm wearing right now. How do you have any friends? It's baffling, you horrible people. I mean, they're not wrong. But there must be some way to get them to fork over the earrings so you can complete the ritual. No, Coven, you've misunderstood. We are trying to save the world too. Make replicas of the earrings, find out where the Coven lives. Yeah. You know what? Forget it. Just leave. I never wanted to be Prom Queen anyway. I feel like that's definitely a lie. And you're probably plotting something, but I guess we shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. With that, the Coven is gone, and it's on you and Vera to start your sweet, sweet illicit work. Vera uses her connections in the sketchy underground stalker world to find the Coven's house, which she declares to be as trashy as they are. Meanwhile, you use the skills you learned in AP metalworking for torture to forge some pretty damn possible earrings. You went into the cover of darkness to break into the Coven's house, using all the athleticism of someone who plays dodgeball every single gym class. You find the earrings hidden in a box of sex toys, the nature of which you immediately try to erase from your mind rather than imagine the Coven using them on themselves, on each other, on you. Oh god, stop, it's horrible! You replace the earrings with the fakes and use your dodgeball skills to do a triple somersault from the window and land on your feet. That was sick. Now let's get out of here before they wake up and turn us into frogs or nerds or something. Boom! Last ingredient procured, and now it's time to do some blood magic. You gain 2 fun and 1 boldness.
Hey there.
Yep.
Let's go.
Prom? Huh. You helped me prepare 1 blood ritual to assure my crown, and suddenly you think I'll go to prom with you? You kind of assumed that, yeah.
Not bad.
I must admit, you surprised me quite pleasantly during our little ritual adventures. And there's definitely something in you that entertains me. Oh, you know what? The blood ritual actually requires an act of filthy lust happening inside the pentagram in order for it to work. I'm going to let you join me if you want to. Let's do that, see how it goes, and decide what to do from there. If you're blood ritual material, you might actually be prom date material too. So, deal? Deal!
Wanna join?
Holy potatoes! Who would have thought blood rituals could be this awesome? You act cool through the whole thing to impress Vera, but inside, you're already thinking that someday you'll tell your grandkids this is how the two of you fell in love. But for now, keep it cool. Oh, and you totally end up going to prom together. Hooray! Secret ending! Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning who we were and who we could be. And you know what? As it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Scott unexpectedly ended up in film school and partnered with Vera to co-create their very own TV show. It was brought by Netflix, since Netflix is now airing anything, even a crazy TV show created by recently graduated high schoolers. Damien loved fire to the very end. Unfortunately, that wasn't a super legal affair, and he ended up in prison for arson. Fortunately, prison was flammable. Liam started an iconoclastic band that broke all conventions. Their latest album has been a hit. It has no songs at all. The album is actually just a banana set on fire. And be sure, Liam doesn't care if you don't get it. During those 3 weeks, Monster Prom seemed bigger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were lots of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Alright, so the only one left is Liam, other than any secret characters. So be sure to tune in for that. And as always, I will see you in the next episode. Stay lucky!
If I